That's what I call a lot of dunking.
No, this is not. This is a lot of dunking.
Oh,
and it's not Tim. It's Elevator Ernie Johnson.
Now, Steve Kerr already said he has been made nauseous by this video.
Oh, with the 2 balls? No, he goes for 1. I like the drama you set up. Set up the drama.
I was really playing the crowd.
I'm in the balls.
You know what? That's like 1980. That's like 20 years ago.
Yo, Craig Sager got his drawers on, man. That's right. Oh, there we go.
Antonio Spurs have gotten 8 points from Tim Duncan after the timeout. Shot clock is at 3. There's Turkoglu, a great outside shooter. And a rebound by Potapico. Again, the biggest lead for San Antonio is where they stand right now, 8 points.
Can we keep our eye on this matchup? Bruce Bowen has got one thing on his mind. Lock into Ray Allen, help off nobody, and try to make him work every time he catches it to get his shot.
Here's Rashawn Lewis, who did not play college basketball, came right out of high school in Houston to the NBA, hits the shot over Turkoglu.
He is so explosive. Had a 50-point game over in Japan early in the year. They had the doubleheader over there with the Clippers. Season high 50 for any NBA player, so he can put points on the board.
Great pass inside, bobbled and now thrown away. It's Allen and Antonio Daniels, who has had time with the San Antonio Ball Club, and Ray Allen, who played at UConn, puts it down. Ray Allen in the contest now with 2.
Those are the kind of baskets you have to get against San Antonio. Early offense, the longer you get into the shot clock, the tougher it is to score against this team.
Spurs have hit a 3 already tonight. And the Sonics, a team that takes a lot of threes, they have not thrown one up and hit one yet. It's inside to Parker, snaps it outside to Bowen. Ironically, Bowen led the NBA in three-point shooting a season ago.
Yeah, the Spurs have been inconsistent with their perimeter shooting, and that's one of the reasons why they struggle to score. They average under 90 points a game.
Rashawn Lewis again. He's had a quiet season for this Seattle team.
Yeah, he's getting so much attention, especially when Ray Allen was out. You see once again Parker spotting up, easy offensive rebound and multiple shots. You hear the fans here. You know, the one thing that these fans are, they're such great fans. They want to see some action around that basket.
Here comes Parker, switching inside and finds 2 and hit it with relative ease.
You know, Kevin, somebody's got to come over and take a hard foul. I mean, Booth, Potapico, one of those guys, you got to put some resistance up in that lane.
Here comes Daniels. Now Lewis, and inside Potapico, played in Wright State. Rebound by Duncan, who's got his 3rd rebound of the game.
And Tony Parker does a nice job probing the defense. Doesn't like what he sees, pulls it out, go through Duncan, and let's play off him inside.
Duncan, Turkoglu, Neferovic, Parker, and Bowen. That's another 2, and Tim Duncan in the contest has got a game winning. Antonio Daniels out of Bowling Green, a one-time lottery pick by Vancouver. And here comes Tim Duncan the other way. He is 6 of 7 shooting in this game. A game-high 12 for the Spurs. Ginobili back in for the first time, I should say, for San Antonio. And Tony Parker with the drive and the 2, and Parker has started great. 12 points in the first quarter.
Well, I love it because he's scoring from all different areas. You can't lock into him. And what Greg Popovich does is he moves him around on the floor. And it's a lot what Michael Jordan used to do in Chicago in that triangle offense, so you don't become predictable. He scored on dunks, and when you look at his shot chart, this is what you love. You see, he's made 5 baskets, 1 from one left side, 1 from the right, 1 underneath the basket, and 2 from both elbow situations. So you can't lock in and say, this is where he's going to be. We're going to move him around, and that makes it very difficult to defend, Kevin.
There's a look at Tim Duncan. The Spurs, 5 assists on 13 field goals. Sonics, 7 assists on 9 field goals. We begin the second quarter with Luke Ridnour manning the point for the Sonics. Who's out there? Jerome James, Radmanovich, Murray, and Ray Allen back in the game. A 2 by Radmanovich and a rebound by Ginobili, who's out there with Ori, Duncan, Bowen.
A little contesting to Tim Duncan.
Here's Bowen taking it inside, maneuvering well, and get that mid-range shot working early.
Well, again, that's what Greg Popovich said. We don't need to launch a bunch of threes against this team. Let's get the ball inside.
San Antonio led by as many as 12 in that first quarter, shooting 50%. A miss by Ridnour, and they volleyball it around, and Ward comes back the other way. Spurs have won coming into tonight 2 straight games, and the Sonics have lost 3 of their last 4. And San Antonio and Greg Popovich have won 4 consecutive games against the Supersonics. They've won the first meeting already this year.
The first meeting, it was tough 87-73, the lowest points that Seattle had all year long. They couldn't score.
Ginobili into two and slushing his way to the basket. Ginobili hitting his first shot tonight.
The one thing I'd like to see from Seattle is a little energy. Kevin, I mean, do you sense any energy in this team right now? I mean, they're just very flat. I mean, they're playing San Antonio. They're at home.
On national TV.
Yeah, a nice move by Ray Allen. These fans are great fans. They want to cheer for their team. Right now, they're just playing very complacent.
San Antonio right now in third place in the Western Conference, second place in the Midwest Division. Doug, how good is that? That Midwest Division is absolutely sensational. In fact, every team there could make the playoffs.
Oh, it is tough. I mean, you see the winning percentage, and this is when Manu Ginobili is at his best on the fast break, getting out, and that was almost a one-man break against three, and he still got to the basket. I mean, here's another drive.
The former Italian Player of the Year, Ginobili, can't hit. Ray Allen goes the other way. Bowen will be sticking on him all night long. Murray, Jerome James. And the tip-in by Flip Murray. Oh, wipe it away.
Going to call a loose ball foul, Kevin. Flip Murray had his hand in the back of one of the Spurs players. He pushed off with his left hand and tipped in with his right. Watch his left hand. We're a little bit late there, and you can see Robert Horry also with a little acting. Never hurts to act a little bit when you've been around as Robert Horry. You might get one of those calls.
Absolutely. That's the second foul on Radmanovich. As Charlie Ward finds Tim Duncan, who has taken more free throws than any player so far in the NBA this season. Ginobili. That is a problem for San Antonio, is the free throw shooting. Is Ward, and a good play by Horry to get it back to San Antonio. They find Duncan. They'll go to the line after knocking it in, and Tim Duncan's got 14.
Well, Jerome James did a real nice job rotating over defensively and doing what he's supposed to do. He blocked the shot, and then he got careless with the outlet pass. And what you're going to watch here is the ball is stolen, and here comes Duncan floating in, and watch him take his hand off the ball there and actually shoots it with one hand. The little one-hand follow-through and delivery. And let's watch Duncan here at the free throw line. Kevin, one of the things he's working on is his foot placement. He was real pigeon-toed when he was shooting that free throw with his right foot. He's trying to get it squared up a little bit more. You see, he has a tendency to turn that foot in. They want him to finish up on his toes and hold his follow-through longer. Shooting 58% right now. 2 years ago, it's 79%. It's going to be critical come playoff time for him to make free throws because he's going to have the ball in his hands.
Like we said, he's taken the most free throws of any single player so far in the NBA. And there's a foul, and it's on the Seattle Supersonics, and this one goes on James for the first time.
Let's watch his feet. See the right foot. You'd really like for that thing to be squared up. You want him to finish up on his toes, which is what they're working on, and then hold that follow through. You want your body movement going forward.
It's Jerome James guarded by Nesterovic. Duncan on the bench, and James hooking it off. Charlie Ward with the rebound.
Let's see if the Sonics can make a little bit of a run here with Duncan resting. You got an opportunity now. See if you can attack that basket. No shot blocking in there other than Nesterovic.
San Antonio shooting 51%. Nesterovic launching, and a rebound by Murray, and a 37% from the field shooting so far for Seattle. Missed by Allen. The tap-in by Lewis.
Well, that's what you should do right now. Go in to work for his team.
Sonics have trailed by as many as 15. Now they're down 37-28, down by 9. Shot clock at 2. Lewis. Pretty play.
Well, you can see what's happened with Tim Duncan sitting down on the floor, or sitting on the bench. You know, Seattle said, you know what, we're going to get some points in the paint. We've seen a tip-in, we've seen a beautiful drive by Rashard Lewis, and they're right back in this ball game now, down only 7.
Sonics on an 8-0 run. As you see them and how they have tried to attack the middle of that San Antonio defense, the best defense in the NBA. Yet the Spurs still lead by 7.
Sort of been in spurts a little bit. I thought Baron Davis early in the year was really holding New Orleans together. He's been nicked up a little bit as of lately, and New Orleans just a little bit. But those 4 guys to me have really been the critical guys for their teams.
Tim Duncan has a game-high 15 points. Turkoglu is in with Duncan, Bowen, and Malik Rose in for the first time and Tony Parker. The Spurs have led by as many as 15. They led by 13, but now that was with Duncan out. Sonics have gone on an 8-2 run with Duncan on the bench.
Well, a guy who's been so vital to San Antonio off the bench the last few years is Malik Rose. Energy, toughness, playing off of Tim Duncan. He's not had that kind of year right now. They need him.
That's Duncan off balance, and he's got 17, 8 of 11 shooting, 17 points in 15 minutes.
You know, you have a little bit of a lead. It gets cut in half, and you put Duncan in the game. So I think I'll score a basket here and get us back on the right track.
Ray Allen, who is sometimes the only offense that the Sonics can boast, and here comes Duncan again. The Spurs have hit 2 threes, and the Sonics have hit 1 3-point shot. Sonics hoist up a bunch, 1 of 5 above the arc tonight.
They shoot 25 threes a game, make over 9 a game.
Most by 4 in the NBA. Turkoglu. That gets a good bounce for him, a guy whose confidence has risen, his defense significantly better. We talked about the 20-pound weight loss already.
Well, you know, he struggled last year at the end of Sacramento. Went through some injuries, got a little heavy, lost his confidence, and you know, now he's found a home here. He's playing very well.
Allen tries to save it. Puts it off to Lewis. Shot clock is down to 5, and he crashes his way into Malik Rose and a foul. And John Rose.
Ray Allen is so upset. He's trying to find some place to go with that basketball. Felt like he was knocked around by Bruce Bowen. He's arguing his point right now with Phil Robinson. But just watch Ray Allen here work. He comes and gets the ball and falls down for it. You see Bruce Bowen bumps him again a little bit, knocks him out of bounds. Ray Allen has seen that kind of defense all season long now.
Allen is 2 of 7 shooting so far in the game. He's coming off a 23-point performance a couple nights ago. And if he qualified with his scoring, he'd be number 5 in the league in scoring, but he missed those games early in the year. A foul on Duncan with Lewis trying to elevate.
Well, I think you can see the respect that the coaches have for Ray Allen in this league. Missing 25 games, I mean, he still got elected, you know, selected by the coaches to the All-Star game. This is a guy who's had such a brilliant career, and it's good to see him back out there playing. What a classy guy and how well he represents this Sonic organization. Lewis
at the line, first foul on Duncan. But let me ask you about that, because he has missed 25 games. Speaking of Ray Allen, he was voted on by the coaches as a reserve. What about Mike Bibby, Gary Payton, Steve Nash? I mean, very worthy guys as well.
There's always somebody who's on the cusp. Kevin, you talk about Elton Brand, you talk about Zach Randolph. There's a lot of guys who have played well enough. What I always tell guys is, you know, you keep playing well and you will be rewarded. If your team is winning and you play well, you'll be rewarded. You might not make it one year you think you should, but then it might turn around after you make it, and you might make it a year maybe when you shouldn't. You know, so just you play at an all-star level, you will be recognized.
Bowen taking it inside, and Bruce Bowen has 6 points and scoring tonight a 3-time All-NBA defensive selection. And Lewis with the miss. Rebound by Turkoglu, who is a great rebounding swingman for this team. Rose with a great feed, and he can't convert. And here comes Allen the other way. Into Bowen, flies inside, count it for 2 and a foul.
That was just determination by Ray Allen. He said, you know, I'm going to turn my shoulder here to the basket, lower that left shoulder, get inside, create some contact, and I'm going to force the official to blow his whistle. And you see right here, watch his left shoulder creates there, it bumps off Bruce Bowen, and then Duncan comes over and a beautiful shot off the glass. Ray Allen is a guy who can make shots with a hand in his face, and he can do it from the 3-point line. And I think sometimes his teammates struggle a little bit, some of these younger players thinking maybe he's forcing shots. Those are shots he's made his entire career.
Turkoglu. They've got Reggie Evans out of Iowa, who just checked in on him. Evans at 6'8" and a bruiser. And Turkoglu wheeling his way around. Rose, Bowen, another mid-range shot. This time it won't drop. Look at Duncan dig the ball out and keep it alive for the San Antonio Spurs. Not necessarily a good rebounding team, but fighting for one right there.
Tim Duncan very upset, went eye to eye that time with Reggie Evans, who did not blink.
Still loose. And out of bounds off of San Antonio.
See, listen to this crowd. That was an energy possession for Seattle. They knocked Tim Duncan around a little bit. The ball went loose. You got to throw yourself around. And see, that's what Reggie Evans gives them. I always love to be able to go to the bench as a coach and have guys who come in will bring that kind of energy and toughness. It's a skill in this league.
Sonics, who are one of those big three-point teams we talked about, with Antonio Daniels carving his way for two. The Sonics have not yet attempted a three-point shot in this second quarter.
See, I like that. They're not living out behind that line.
It's Parker, double-teamed and handcuffed. The All-Star weekend.
Through a hole in football, it's the same way. You've got to have a tough front line in this business.
Sets the tempo. Duncan 2 of 3 from the free throw line. Spurs the worst shooting free throw team in the NBA. 2 of 3 tonight. Sonics are 7 of 8 from the free throw line so far. Rashard Lewis. Rebound Ginobili. And the Spurs are +4 in rebounding. Tony Parker.
Big 2 minutes here right now for Seattle. Down 8. They can't allow San Antonio to push this lead to 12 or 14 or 16 points here in the last couple minutes, Kevin. You know I'm always big on finishing quarters. San Antonio started all these quarters strong, but right now Seattle's got themselves back to a working margin. Got to close out the half strong.
What did you say earlier this week when we were talking on the phone? They look pretty, but they don't get it done in the trenches.
Well, that's, you know, it's easy, you know, when you play basketball behind that three-point line when it's going for you. It really looks good, but really that's their personnel. Nate doesn't have any other choice. If you see Duncan, you know, shoot that three, they don't have a. Nick Collison got hurt this year. They expected him as a rookie to be able to help them. Seattle, he's not been here all year long.
The top of go crashing into Duncan, who wards off 2 Seattle players to lasso that rebound, and now Duncan tonight's got 7 rebounds. Ginobili for 3, and he knocks it in. He was a second-team all-rookie selection a season ago.
Got to talk on defense, especially in the open floor. You've got to help each other out, find the open man.
Duncan's got a game-high 18 points. And here comes Ray Allen. He's got 7, 3 of 9 shooting. Patapako saves it. Shot clock at 4. Antonio Daniels. He's got 6. Daniels has had successive games of 13 points, 14 assists, 10 points, 12 assists, and 30 points, 11 assists for the Sonics.
Now watch this screen here when Daniels comes off. Boom! Reggie Evans lowers the boom that time on Parker. 2 vicious screens. You get the shot, and things getting a little testy now with Bowen and Ray Allen off the ball.
No fouls to give either way. Duncan with the screen for Parker. Tony Parker has gone 6 of 10, 13 points, 2 in double figures in the starting 5 for San Antonio.
Well, he makes shots. Tough to beat.
Here come the Supersonics with 8 assists on side. Only ducked just in time, and that is a foul on the Sonics.
Foul number 24, Richie Fromm, his 4th.
That's the 4th on Fromm. Well, let's see here. It's an 81-76 game with the Spurs on top by 5, and when the Spurs have an opponent that scores 80 or less, you can see, and when they get more than 79, you see.
Well, I mean, that 80-point barrier, I mean, if you can find a way to score against the Spurs, you can beat them to 13 and 18 if you get in the 80s. Under 80, they're, you know, 19 and 0. But you see, James has got to get up and crowd him. Force him to put it on the floor, you'll get help. Duncan, when he creates that kind of space, that bank shot is really stand out right now.
Ginobili is in, wiggles his way by Allen and finds it in 22 minutes. He's gotten 13 points and 5 rebounds.
We'll make that now 29 bench points. So Ginobili coming in, giving them a nice lift. Corey's played very well for them. Devin Brown, it's some nice production.
Duncan remains on the bench. Ray Allen is in the game for the Sonics. The game's 2 All-Stars. Rashard Lewis, who had an 11-point third quarter. Lewis has 23 for the game, sharing game-high honors with Duncan. Ginobili, slam dunk champion. Italy when he played there, in addition to being the MVP, and he missed on the fly. And here comes Ray Allen.
He's got the mismatch now. He can tackle Nesterovic.
Instead of fighting. Nail it. Ray Allen, 8 of 18, 22 points.
Good recognition there. He saw he had the big man on him. He just took his time and got the shot that he wanted.
Question is, when does Tim Duncan get back in the game?
Right now. Right now.
NBA and three-point shooting 4 straight seasons. He's done it inside and outside tonight.
You know, he's one of the better two guards in the NBA, creating off the dribble. He can get his own shot. He can get in the lane, dish out to other people. One of the sweetest shooting guards in the NBA. And he just absolutely shoots the three so easily.
And there are your two All-Stars heading to Los Angeles next weekend. Allen has led the chemistry. That's what turned their season around last year. That's the big long road trip.
You better get tired. Nice defensive play once again by the Spurs. That's their calling card.
3.5 to play. San Antonio 48% from the floor. Parker against Allen. And it will drop. A pretty play by Parker, who's got 16 points.
Little head and shoulder fake there. Got his man in the air. The little teardrop shot. He's doing a great job. That little flip shot that he's learned to get it over the outstretched arms of the big man.
Ray Allen. Radmanovic for 3.
When you can shoot, beautiful little back screen. The Spurs got confused. Duncan couldn't quite get the block shot, but now all of a sudden, you know, we're looking at 49 seconds to go in the game. He makes this, it's only a one-possession game. I mean, everything now has changed. They missed a big free throw to keep it a two-possession game. That's a big miss.
Lewis 6 of 10. Sonics 16 of 23 from the stripe. Spurs 10 of 16. San Antonio, the worst shooting free throw team in the NBA.
Well, they fouled Duncan and make him make free throws at the end here.
Duncan tonight is only 3 of 5. Rebound by Lewis. Duncan is 10 of 19 from the floor.
4-second differential and shot clock, game clock. Again, that free throw so big with Rashard Lewis missing it. Instead of down 1 possession, you're down 2. There's still 23 seconds to go. A lot of time.
Spurs have led by 15. They've trailed by a point early on with a 20-second timeout. Sonics will go to Phoenix and play the Suns tomorrow night. San Antonio will fly down to Sacramento and play the Kings tomorrow night. But there's been one bugaboo with this season.
Pop does with that.
Lewis, Daniels, 4-point game. Allen for 3. Rebound, Turkoglu inside. Earlier this week, Greg Popovich said Turkoglu might be the best rebounding swingman that San Antonio has had, and he's including Sean Elliott. We just saw a taste of it right there.
Well, he's 6'9". He has long arms, and you know he played some great games for Sacramento. Really did a nice job there, and he got hurt, got a little bit out of shape, lost some confidence, and you know he's coming into San Antonio. I think Pop has done a nice job with him about making him a start. He's really restored his confidence, and when you step up here and make 2 free throws, he can almost put this game away. Although it's still only a 2-possession game, and we know how Seattle shoots the 3. Again, San Antonio now does not have a foul to give because of Duncan's foul there, so the penalty will be in effect now for both teams.
Nice game for Hedo Turkoglu from Turkey. Spurs in this 4th quarter from the free throw line, 7 of 8. Allen takes the 3. Patapico lost his balance. Just under 7 seconds to play, and the Sonics will inbound.
Robert Horry got away with a foul there. He hit Patapico on his arm, knocked him off balance.
Antonio Daniels. And Patapico across the lane. Turkoglu, that'll deal it to the San Antonio Spurs. They've won 3 consecutive games. Their record goes to 33-18. The Sonics lose their 4th game in the last 5, and now they are 4 games out of the Western Conference playoffs. 23 points and 14 rebounds tonight for Tim Duncan, 18 for Parker and 14 for Turkoglu. Off the bench, Ginobili had 13, and for the Sonics, 25 for Lewis and 22 for Ray Allen. The Sonics missed 6 of their last 7. down the stretch. Let's go to Cheryl Miller.
Well, Tim, Doug Collins says that you basically were playing basketball year-round, and Pop really tried to give you some rest, especially in the second half. How much is fatigue really playing a role right now for you?
It's been with our team all season long a little bit, but I think we're getting over it. We're getting over the hump. Guys are starting to play a lot better. We're starting to come together a little bit as a team.
Tonight's game was extremely physical. Tomorrow night you got Sacramento. You guys have yet to beat one of the top Western teams. Does this team have enough energy to go in there and still win in Sacramento?
Yeah, we do. I think we do. We're going to get up for the game. We played them pretty well at home. They gave that one a game. They hit some big shots against us, so we'll be ready for tomorrow.
All right. Good luck.
Thank you.
Tim Duncan has been on a tear, the two-time MVP in the NBA, leading his San Antonio